Engineering, Inc. to assist the township with the completion of the MS4 permit, minimum control measures and pollution control measures as per the terms of the township's individual permit.
Yeah, so it's a mouthful.
Well, probably shorter than what your vote is.
Sure, maybe. This is, last year Bankson helped the township with, achieving their annual requirements. As we know, the permit cycle runs June 30th to July 1st, so we're in the middle of the current cycle. I'm asking for authorization tonight to do similar to what we did last year. It will be less effort than last year, as we expended considerable effort getting up to speed and you know, getting back in the good graces of the annual requirements. So I think it would be prudent probably to sit down here in the next couple of weeks, and granted that we have a new board here, look at all of those annual requirements. Some of the things that we did last year probably could be done by the road crew or in-house now this year is a cost savings opportunity for the township. Not that we want to give up work, but anything to, help the township out. So, yeah, that's the extent of this discussion, is requesting authorization to perform similar activities to last year for our annual reporting period.
So you said you wanted to have kind of a meeting, informational, or
Yes, maybe an informal workshop type of, so that we could sit down with the board and maybe whoever from the road crew staff would
yeah, I
want
think
to
we
participate.
would definitely include at least Kenny and
There's certain
Walter
field
Vaughn,
work, outfall
Robert,
inspections,
yeah.
things like that we don't, could be done by the township staff and not by Bankson.
Are you talking about the preliminary designs you submitted to DEP? For this
That's the
MS4?
next item.
Pardon?
That's the next agenda item, Larry.
Oh, okay, that's not.
That's understood.
I was thinking about the conversation, because I think we have it well in hand. The road crew has extracted probably a few tons of sediment.
Yes.
Okay, on the process that we've been implemented to try to catch up to the requirements from the previous boards.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, it's good for everyone to same page.
So I'm just about to hit my busy season, and it's probably not gonna be a meeting or a workshop that I can attend. Can you be the point person?
Yeah,
Organize
that's
it?
not an
You're the
issue.
one dealing with Ken and the road crew most of the time anyway.
Right, that's fine.
Organize it with
Whatever you
other
wanna
board
do.
members or whatever, yeah.
Does it have to be in the evening?
No, I would think it would be in the day if you're gonna have the road crew participating.
Is this a public meeting also, since?
No, this would be it's gonna be more of a meeting with the road crew, the people implementing this plan, from what I'm hearing.
I just thought we got extra credit for
No.
public meetings.
No, extra credit. Brown noser.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll make a motion to authorize Bankson Engineering, Inc. to assist the township with the completion of the MS4 permit, minimum control measures and pollution control measures as per the township's individual permit. Any second?
Second.
Michelle made the motion. Yeah, no, I won't say it again. Michelle made the motion, Larry second. All in favor? Aye. Okay, discussion and motion to approve a resolution to formally adopt the MS4 pollution reduction plan amendment.
Yes. So this is the other MS4 item, obviously. Like we've talked about a lot of times now, our MS4 permit is kind of broken down into two categories. The stuff we do every year, which was our previous agenda item, stuff that Bankson took care of last year on behalf of the township. And the second item is our pollution reduction plan, which outlines the ways in which we're going to remove 10% of the sediment and nutrients that reach our water sites from our municipal areas, our roads, our right-of-ways, our parks, things like that. Summertime last year, we worked with the road crew to install the inlet filters that were called for in the 2019 pollution reduction plan that was approved by DEP. We started tracking their efficiency, and it was pretty clear that our sediment and nutrient removal was going to be insufficient. You know, in the eyes of the fact that we're not going to meet our 10% removal requirement by June 30th of this year. So in recognition of that, Bankson put together a plan amendment which outlines some additional projects in each of our receiving waters. We talked about this last time. I had handed out a draft very early on for our new supervisors there. Service time here, one of the first things I handed out. Our 30-day public comment period has come to a conclusion. We did not receive any public comments. However, what we've done is we've prepared essentially a final version of this document, including the documentation of the public comment period. So the next step would be to pass a resolution to formally adopt this, so that it can then be submitted to DEP for their review and approval. As Larry mentioned, in addition to the couple of projects that we've called out, we've also outlined in this plan our storm sewer maintenance procedure, which involves, you know, inspecting each of the catch basins if there's sediment or debris or material that needs to be removed. Those are creditable in the eyes of the MS4 permit. So we've included provisions in this plan to gain credits for our storm sewer maintenance program, in addition to the couple projects that we're calling out.
Can I ask you a quick question on that?
Yeah, please.
The stuff that you clean out of these drains.
Yeah.
What do you do with it?
So it has to be permanently eliminated from the watershed. So as I understand it, the program that we've implemented, it's taken to a location to dry, and then it's ultimately landfilled. And the weight that is shown in the manifest at the landfill is what we get credit for sediment removal from our
So where do we
waterways.
take it dry?
The Nike site, then they take it to the dry, and then they take it to
I believe they have bins up there where it has to be measured dry weight.
I understand that DEP says we have to do this, but it goes in through the storm drains, it goes into the groundwater. If it goes to the landfill, it goes into the groundwater.
Well, I
That's
think,
proven by landfills out here at South Park already.
so the MS4 permit is a little bit more oriented towards surface water and not necessarily groundwater. So they're interested more so in the streams and the rivers. So yeah, your point about the groundwater is a good one. But
It's gonna go, it's gonna go. I mean,
it's more oriented towards surface water.
we take the Nike site to dry, it rains, the
And nobody
runoff.
wants to do this less than us, because
I mean,
it's
I know the
expensive,
DEP 's making you do it, I
non-funded,
understand that, but it just doesn't make sense.
unfunded mandates.
I
Yeah,
think
nobody wants to
they
do it
have-
less than we do.
I think they have bins up there, George, where they're, you know, storing that till it's dry.
But it's still gonna get runoff, it's pretty hard not to. As I just said, you just gotta follow what they say to do, I understand that.
We're trying to
The
follow their
DEP's
But
requirements,
the
you
DEP
know.
does come up with some wild things.
What would you have to do with it if you couldn't store it there? Would you have to take it off-site?
Well, we're not storing it there, we're
Yeah,
drying it there
they're
to
just
take
dry.
it
It's
to the
only
landfill.
temporarily
Right.
stored.
Yeah, just dry.
It has to be permanently disposed of, ultimately, to get credit.
You ever see the creek coming from behind the garbage dump out there? Not too pretty.
I believe you, yeah. So I understand that, you know, I just handed this out tonight. So if we wanna take some time to review it and look at this again next meeting, that'd be fine, but
It's the same four projects you
It is.
discussed in January.
yeah. And
Do we have to do all four to meet the requirements for the next 5 years?
ultimately, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we're agreeing to do these, by adopting this tonight, we're agreeing to
I think-
implement these projects,
I
yeah.
think there was four, a couple in El Rama, the Jason Park.
2 in El Rama, stream bank projects in the Jason Park
Yeah,
vicinity, and then
yeah, about $500,000.
work on Cart House Road.
I think he was explaining it even before you guys were sworn in that first meeting you guys had with
He
them.
got the drawings, I
Yeah.
looked at all the proposals, the cost estimates.
I know you just handed it
Conceptual.
tonight, but it's not something we haven't talked about every time we meet.
And in recognition of the fact that we're going to fall short of our 10% removal requirement for the period of 2019 to 2024, I think the sooner that this gets submitted to DEP for their review
Yeah, I
and
agree.
approval, the better standing will be. I'm not sure what, if any, enforcement, will be, given to us for failing to meet the previous 5-year period, but
Can we use the tonnage that we've been pulling out since the first of 24 through as some sort of,
I fully intend to.
salve to DEP?
Fully intend to. Yeah, and we have it explained in this, that, the storm sewer cleaning is fully, like above and beyond. It's meant to be temporary, it's a bridge,
Out to good faith.
yeah, the projects itself take care of it.
And poor TJ, he walks into the 5th year of a 5-year plan, and it's been deficient, like, how do you
Gets your
catch up?
attention.
How do you catch up 5 years in
I'll
one?
be honest, they pulled a lot of stuff out of the storms.
Yeah, but he's making up 4 years of back time on the last year trying to get enough
Proving to
stuff
be
to do the
terrible
plan.
for DEP.
I think the sooner we move ahead, the better, but certainly wanna make sure that the board has ample time.
I
to
know
review.
you just handed it to us, but I feel like you have sent off enough information along the way that I'm feel confident to vote.
Yeah, I'll make the motion.
Okay. So Larry made the motion, Suzanne second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.